Hello, welcome to the first coach interview of the season. With me, TCP, and I'm joined today with.
Hey guys, it's Splurge. It's the weirdest, wackiest British guy you're ever going to meet.
The weirdest and wackiest.
Yeah. I mean, it depends what kind of day, what time of day that you try to talk to me, but yes.
Okay, so you're the. I let's see. I think you're actually of the people who've joined this season. You might be the newest guy,
Yes. I said that too soon, but yeah, I think so.
and obviously a lot of the community already know you from Crash. So why don't you introduce yourself and like how much you've done in draft?
Okay. I the way that I like to describe myself is that most people will meet me and I'm the nice guy who is bad at mons and will occasionally get the win. I'm a bit of a stickler to crop up on Discord in just about any server that you find me. As so, I originate from being a ladder player. I was not good, but managed to find myself in NJMP's big Discord server and co-own that for a time before Good Saturdays moved on. I've now come to draft. I have been playing for like a year and a half properly. Some leagues that you'll know that I've been in. I've been in BBL, run by me, Aaron, and Blue. I've been in PMC and I've been in TBL, which is run myself, the big man. I help out with Crash. I'm now in ASL. I'm probably best known for bringing the utterly stupid sets and trying to make them work in some way. And yeah, that's about me, I think.
So if
Um,
I remember correctly, Good Saturdays that was like a year ago, right?
so Good Saturdays was, yes, it was like about a year and a half. It was from middle of 2017 to around about now last year.
Yeah.
Kind of that fun and games.
So
But yeah,
I was there for a little bit. I was just kind of like observing. I think there was a memes channel there that I lurked in. But
yes.
so if I remember correctly, there was a draft league tournament for Good Saturdays. Was that your first draft?
No, my first draft was actually before I joined Good Saturdays. So if you remember any names from there, I jumped into a league. I can't remember half the people who were playing. But so I jumped into a league for the heck of it, and so I met Taste Breeze, who introduced me to Good Saturdays, and I joined Good Saturdays through him, and so it was through there and the GBA server that I actually found kind of like my first proper league that I've stayed in since, which was UPC, where I have met Bash and Sketch and Crypto and Honor and Tsunami, a couple of names which don't directly relate. Bash, Sketch, and Crypto will now, at
Yeah,
least.
now. So,
But yeah.
how were you introduced to the ASL?
So I was introduced to the SL through Agnes himself. Actually, sorry, herself.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, Agnes is a right babe. She can be a little bit feisty at times, but so I suggest that I come drop by, take a look, support him,
Her.
as she really she's somebody who is quite two-faced. I feel, um, as so she can be terribly nice, but then also utterly scathing. Not trying to dirty Bash's name at all. Uh, but so
Dirty
yeah, no,
Bash's name?
no. I would never do anything like that. Um, love you, Bash. But yeah, no. To ASL, I kind of hopped in. I was a bit quiet for a lot of the time because with Discord, I usually focus on somewhere between like 4 to 8 servers at any one time. And so it just happened to be that so ASL was out of my focus for a while, and then it kind of brought in once kind of a couple of others had their time almost. And so yeah, I started turning up more and more often, chatted, laughed, all of those fun and games, met, talked with Ian and Brad, who are both lovely people. And yeah, I think generally what ASL is very true to their words. The more active and kind of generally positive a presence you are, the more likely you're going to get offers.
Yeah.
And so the place on the off season, where yeah, I think that's probably going to be the best you're ever going to see out of me.
Really?
Performance-wise.
So, of course, in the off-season, you were on the greatest ASL off-season team of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Team Spin the Wheel.
Can I just say that I think I was one of the people behind coining the name. I don't think that I was the person. No, I was one of the ones that seconded it.
Yeah.
I can't remember precisely. But yes, no, it was an awesome team. Brad won on players alone.
Yeah. Not to mention the typings, which we obviously won again.
Now, okay, this I will partially agree with, because I
partially agree with.
Partially agree with, because I felt that one of the big things for. So I was going to say, if you want off-season analysis, one of the big things that I thought was that so actually we utilized the types that we had kind of as well as we could, and pretty much maxed out our utility of them. And from my perspective, Ian's Gentleman's Club didn't actually use and abuse their typings nearly as well, and I think that was part of the reason and slide, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so I looked through the typing draft, and so there was like one or two at the end which I would have erred on to kind of go the other way, but it was a much of a muchness, and actually I when looking at the drafts post-draft, we certainly had a more cohesive collection of drafts, I think, which made it a lot easier.
Yeah. So, of course, you told us about this a little bit, but now that you're a part of the community, how do you like the community?
Oh, the community's lovely. It balances on the right side of positivity and joking around in equal manners. It's very competitive. I wasn't under the illusion that it wasn't. It's just one of these things where so you understand that the community is competitive, but you don't understand to just the extent, I think. And so I mean, we're recording this post my week 1 game, which was less than ideal, but yeah, so yeah, no, it's a lot of good fun, and I think a lot of good fun also reflects in how I've drafted. So,
this season, you get to battle a lot of the people that you've known and might have not known.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you're looking forward to battling the most?
Oh heck, I haven't actually. I need to quickly double check my schedule again, because I do miss out a couple of people. But so I mean, the people who I always look forward to playing are like Bash. Bash will forever be one of my favourites to play, solely for the reason that we can never get him. It's so to supply a story. The first time we ever played, instead of it being a 6v6, it was a 12v6, because It was the last week in the first season the first full season of a league that I'd played, and so we were both out of contention for playoffs. And I said no rules, so I took that quite literally and had 12 mons, 2 of which were level 9,999, one of which had like 20 moves on it. So but yeah, no, I always look forward to playing Bash. I really want to play in a properly prepped game. I want to play Brad, because I talk to Brad a lot now, and a very wise man, I would call Brad, and I enjoy talking to him a lot. And there was one other person that I really wanted to play, and I can't remember who it is. I think it was Brett.
Brett?
Actually, no, wait. Yes, I think it was Brett, who I happened to play week 2, because his draft just looks a little bit left field, and I drafts partly because they're slightly more unpredictable, and because I might actually win.
Well, it's time for our annual quickfire round. This time, I haven't sent you what the questions will be, so you're gonna have to think of them on the stop.
That's fine.
Stop? I don't know. Okay, first things first. What's your favorite type?
My favorite type, dark type, easily, 100%.
What's your favorite generation?
My favorite. So my favorite generation would probably be Generation 5. It's controversial. It's something that me and Bash never agree on.
Okay. Yeah, Gen 5 is controversial. But, okay. Who's your favorite Draft League player other than yourself?
My favorite Draft League player? To watch their battles over and understand, it's probably between Gypsy and Wolfie, Wolfglick, because both of them are very high profile, and they're very meticulous in the way that they battle and the way that they prep, and actually it's something which I always try to do better, whilst also keeping the slightly wacky sets in.
Okay. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is pad thai. A decent pad thai will keep me a happy man.
Who do you think will win the Commissioner Bowl, Brad or Ian?
Oh heck, let me quickly look back at the rosters. Ian, he's got a Clefable.
And if you were a vegetable, what vegetable would you be?
If I was a vegetable, I would be a vegetable. Specifically vegetable.
Yeah.
Probably a pak choi.
A pak choi.
Yeah.
Other than that, is there anything you would like to plug?
Oh, plugs. Definitely come in the Crash server and ASL, obviously, because, but yeah, hang out in both of them. Most of the people there are lovely, apart from Bash, he smells.
Of course.
And yeah, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. It's sometimes alive. Who knows? I might actually upload a video. We'll find at the moment either ICBA videos or Crash PR videos at the moment. I don't think I have lined up to start, because I'm going to be quiet on the ASL stuff for the first season. Whether I get into another season or not, I don't know. I might start uploading after that. Feel free to drop by my YouTube account, abuse me a bit, all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's all that we have for questions. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
Oh, don't ever ask me whether I have questions, because I either have none or I have a... which draft do you think looks most interesting? Not the best, the most interesting.
The most interesting?
Yes.
Well, I'm actually always interested in how hyper offense teams will go.
Okay.
I usually find their performance a bit difficult for me to understand because I don't play with hyper offense like at all. So
Yep.
I'm interested in Texas's team. But there's
Hmm.
also some mons on some other teams that I'm really interested in seeing do well. For
Hmm.
instance, let's see. I know I was looking at all of the drafts and there's like at least one mon on every team that I was looking forward to.
Hmm.
But I think specifically, I want to see Static do well because he has Mega Mawile, Hoopa U, and Dragonite, and I just love seeing all of
Oh
them
yeah,
break.
that's a disgusting call.
It's a weird combination, but I've liked all of them because I like just clicking buttons and seeing things die.
Yes.
Even though it doesn't usually work out that way.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's definitely an interesting one.
Okay, anything else?
Favorite mon that isn't in tier A.
Favorite mon that isn't in tier A. Well, my favorite mon, or my, how would I say it? My favorite mon in general are Rayquaza and Articuno, so I'd have to say probably Articuno.
Fair. I mean, Rayquaza isn't in tier A, so it's also.
I guess it's not.
Still fits the criteria.
Yeah, okay then, so Rayquaza.
Cool. I think that's all my questions that I have for the moment.
Okay, so that's all from us for the first interview of this season.
First one, oh my word, it feels like I'm setting a benchmark even.
Well, you're setting the benchmark pretty high.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, if you give Bash a couple of drinks, he's kind of hard to stop.
Well, Bash already had his coach interview.
Okay.
Anyways, that's it from us, I think. With me, TCP, and
this would be Splurge, talking all the way from relatively cloudy England.
And yeah, goodbye.
Bye.